Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 31st, 2020. Today's going to look a lot like it did yesterday. We're going to start off with our theme, which is going to be insects and other bugs. So today we're going to do a little booklet that I got printed out for you all. So you're going to have sheets like this, and it should be printed front to back. And all you need to do is fold it over and crease it. And then you can go ahead and read your story as is. When you're finished with that, it's going to look a little something like this. Now mine has a cover to it. I don't think your guys's does, but that's okay. So it'll open up with our first page. It'll say insects. Then we go to our next page. And we'll learn a little bit more about insects and so on. When you're finished reading your book, I want you to go through and I want you to color it too. One of the really cool things about insects is there are so many different colors and different patterns on insects. So it'd be really fun to really let your creativity shine and do some coloring on here. And it feels really nice to just color sometimes, right? I know we had art yesterday, and I think that we should try and keep up this art and creativity throughout our days. For math today, we're going to continue working in those slides and in your workbooks. I put up the assignments for, I think, about halfway through this week, maybe almost fully through the week. I just need to get those videos up for you guys so that I can teach you exactly what's going on with that, which I will have coming up very, very soon. I also assigned a few new decks to your Boom decks on that Boom Learning. There are some math decks and some language art decks so that you can review and reinforce more than just in math. You can do this in language arts as well. Speaking of language arts, today we are going to be working in our reading companion book. We're going to be trying to get through pages 34 to 37. And we're also going to try and read the story beforehand again, and we're going to work on summarizing what exactly happened in the story, why we figured out that it wasn't really a good thing for Hen to be spreading gossip the way that she did, and what can actually happen when we do spread gossip and when we don't pay attention to what's being said to us before we spread the message. If you haven't had a chance to look at our grammar slides, I'd like you to take a look at that as well. We're working on different articles. Now, articles are a special kind of adjective, and those articles are a, and the. We know to use a because the word that comes after it would begin with a consonant. We know to use an because the word that comes after it will begin with a vowel, and our vowels are a, e, I, o, and u. Our consonants, remember, are all the other words in the alphabet. Then we know to use the when we're talking about one specific item or when we're talking about more than one item. So if I were to say, I'm going to take a bite of an apple, or I'm going to eat the apples. So if I'm using more than one apple, I'm going to use the. And if I'm just saying I'm going to eat one apple, it'll be an apple. Now, if I said that I was going to play with a basketball or play with the basketballs. So I would say a basketball if I'm just talking about one. If I'm talking about more than one, I'd be playing with the basketballs. Same as if we were saying something like, I like the red sweater that you were wearing yesterday. We would say the instead of a. Most of the time we can hear how our sentence is forming, and it will just sound a little bit off. And when it sounds a little bit off, try plugging in a different one of those articles. Remember, a comes before a word that starts with a consonant, and comes before a word that starts with a vowel, and the is going to come before the word that is talking about one specific item or more than one item. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a moment and look at our caterpillars to see how they're doing. So here are our caterpillars. They're still looking pretty much the same as they did yesterday. and they are probably going to continue looking like this for the next couple of days. I'm thinking maybe by Thursday or Friday they will start opening up and becoming the butterflies, but we'll have to keep on checking in on them and see how they're doing. Please remember to try and take a journal of it, draw a picture of what's going on with our caterpillars, write down the date so that you know when it's happening, and maybe write a sentence or two about what's taking place and what you think is going to be happening soon and when. Whenever you get a chance, please sign into Raz Kids and do some reading, or find your favorite book at home and do some reading there. As long as you're reading, that's what's important, and as long as you're reading something that you enjoy, that's the best part. For specials, we had Spanish yesterday. Today we are having our world languages, so that's going to be Mandarin, and unfortunately our Arabic teacher has not gotten set up on her online platform just yet, so we will not be having Arabic this week. I will let you know as soon as she gets set up and we're able to start doing that with her. Hopefully we'll be having Arabic next week. Unfortunately, Spanish has not been able to get set up either. Miss Naria hasn't been able to, so we will not be having Spanish this week either. Hopefully we'll be having Spanish next week, and hopefully we will have all of our specials up and running by next week. I just want to say thank you to all of you, my kids, their parents, everyone. I know that you all are working very hard, and I know that what we're doing is a bit of a challenge and is definitely a huge change, but you guys are doing great. I can see how hard you're working, and I know that we're going to get through this and we're going to learn so much, and at the very least, we know that we're all here for each other. So if you ever need anything, if you need somebody to talk to, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here, and I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. All right, you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. I will see you all at 1. Bye.